all you cool cats and gamers. Welcome to the final episode of Ocarina Improv, the GDQ Hotfix Show special that dives in depth into Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer, or ZOOTR for short. I'm your host, Nuclear Reaction, and tonight, myself and Engel will be breaking down Ocarina of Time Randomizer Seed with Pictionary, which is going to be super, super awesome. For those of you who aren't familiar, Pictionary basically is a mode where we give two runners a seed. One will be playing through it. The other one will be given the spoiler log, which has the item locations. And they will be basically giving hints to the person who's playing the game without the spoiler log on where to go by drawing pictures. Before we get started, though, I do have a few announcements. SGDQ 2022 on-site volunteer applications are open from now until April 20th. If you're interested in volunteering at the tech station, camera ops, photography, donation station, or more, go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, hi, hello. Please go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Your subs, gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits help support weekly hotfix content. Please consider supporting our daily content if you enjoy these hotfix shows. Yeah, we're already starting off with, I have to say, quite a lovely picture. Tonight we've got Melrose here doing the drawings for us.
Hello, what's up, everyone?
And playing in the game is going to be Chimp. So hopefully the power of these two will be able to finish the seed quite quickly.
Fingers crossed.
Interested to see.
Yes.
Very excited to see how this will play out. We've got some spicy settings tonight too. Engel, who's going to be my co-commentator tonight, do you want to kind of break down what we'll be seeing setting-wise here?
Yeah, certainly. So, this is a pretty crazy combination of things we've put together for the last episode here. We've kind of built up to this. So to start, we've got our normal closed Deku tree. You're going to get a free Scarecrow song. And then we're going to have the bridge to Ganon's castle. It's going to start open. So right away, we'll be able to go in there and get some potential items. Some other changes, we have Shop Sanity on. And what that means is when you go into any shop, 4 of the items are going to be randomized. Random amount of money, random item. We'll see if there's anything cool to buy in any of those tonight. We also have Scrub Sanity on. So all of the scrubs will be selling us stuff. Dungeon Skulls, they're on too. So those can be items or keys. And the big one, Pot Sanity.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. All of the pots and crates, they could be items.
Which there is a lot of pots and a lot of crates in this game. So we're definitely pushing the envelope. We had to go all out tonight for the finale of a really great short series here on GDQ Hotfix.
Yeah, and we've got 2 really great runners, longtime community members, so while you may think this is a lot, they can handle it. And to note, we do have the texture size and contents matching, so it'll be easy to see visually ahead.
Yeah, so just like we've had in previous shows, with the chest size matches contents, the textures of the pots will also indicate that. So you'll see the pots are going to be a nice golden color if they have something important, which will definitely help speed everything up tonight. But if both Melrose and Chimp are ready, then we'll go ahead and count down and get started.
I'm good to go.
My phone number, yeah?
Yeah, yes, I'm genuinely.
If I fall asleep, you need to phone me ASAP. For those who don't know, it's nearly 5 a.m. and I haven't napped. I tried to nap, I just couldn't. So if there's a lack of activity, I'm not thinking, I'm just gone. So
That's okay. There's 850 odd checks. I'll just start checking things.
We'll get through it. Yeah, let's get It is very late night for Mel
Let's
here.
do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we're starting right away at the boulder right outside the castle. Pretty good starting spot, since we don't have
Yeah,
prelude yet.
definitely a good save point. Go ahead and check out some pots already right here in the guard's house. Like, none of those have that gold texture, though.
Right, so if they're a major item, they will show up golden. We should see that soon, but otherwise, they're just kind of rupees, junk items, you know, upgrades. They're like Deku sticks, Deku nuts, that kind of thing.
So right now, Mel is going through the spoiler log. Kind of gave Chimp like a little bit of directions in the beginning on where to go, where are some, you know, more dense areas. We're starting with Open Ganon's Bridge this seed, which is something we haven't seen on Ocarina Improv yet, which is quite an interesting setting here. But the goal here is to get 6 medallions, which will give us the key to get to Ganon and slay Ganon. So we do get to dip in here though and get these checks.
Yeah, so it's certainly a lot to look at right at the start for Mel to be trying to go through the spoiler log. But this is kind of a really interesting new problem, right? So in previous episodes, we haven't given anyone the spoilers. It's been all about making it a logic puzzle where you have to figure out where things are, use the hints, you know, get new items, find out where you can go, what you can do. But here, it's all laid out before you, or at least for Mel it is. And so now we've got more of an optimization problem for people who, you know, are big fans of those kind of things, where you get to see what the program did in its playthrough. It'll give you a path that'll let you beat the game, but it might not necessarily be the fastest way through it, right? So what Mel's doing here right now is going through that and trying to see how to route in items along the way for Chimp to pick up and get us through the seed as fast as possible.
Yeah, so we'll definitely, once Mel gets going here, we'll probably pull him in and talk about what, you know, how do you even like look at a spoiler log and try to route it the most optimal way. Yeah, as Engel was saying, the way that the game thinks you should route it isn't necessarily the most optimal, especially with the tricks that runners use during their playthroughs. So it might seem simple to be like, oh yeah, just follow the step-by-step that the spoiler log gives you, but there's definitely ways that we could help speed up. And there might be other items that, you know, we might want Chimp to get along the way, such as a shield. Oh, drawing going on.
All right, what do we got first? Little road to, what do we got?
Looks like a,
Looks like a bow in the spot of, is that the Dodongo's?
Oh, yeah,
heart?
that's what I was going to guess too. That looks like on top of Dodongo's cavern.
That's what I'm
The
thinking.
heart contained. That's what I'm guessing too.
And this is part of the fun of having Pictionary races too, is you get to see these drawings and just try and make sense of them, right? You're like, okay, but what is that? All right, yeah, I think that's where that is. And here we see some bright gold pots. We got a Goron tunic to start with. And some skull tokens, so.
Oh, I've never seen that skull texture. Yeah, chat, you can feel free to take guesses as well. I love being interactive with this. You are more than welcome to guess what do you think they're drawing. But yeah, I see a couple questions about the settings here. We've got quite a plethora of settings turned on tonight again. Pot sanity, as we saw, is the big one, which shuffles all the items inside the pots. We have scrubs on. We have some shop sanity on, as well as dungeon skulls. Those are kind of the big shuffle settings.
And it looks...
I'm looking at that drawing there.
It's certainly a hook shot. Yeah, it's certainly a hook shot. But Dukes, do you have any idea what that check is?
I see a guess in chat that it's a Goomba. Might be the wrong game though.
I don't think we've made the crossover with Mario 64 yet, but. Yeah, Chad, it might be a Goron, maybe.
Ooh, I think that's a really good guess. Yeah, I see.
Maybe Goron shop, like they say.
There is
Or the pot by the Medi-Goron, the Goron shop, something like that.
Oh, I think the shop's the correct answer because that's why Mel put those like segments there.
Yeah. So I think Mel's trying to say, go up, get this bow, and then with the bow, you can now go into the shop and get the hook shot.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because you have to think too. Mel here is probably trying to, first do this, then do that. Oh, I like that. Asking a question, did you get the Goron tunic already? And then you see Chimp went ahead there and answered that by putting on the Goron tunic. Which is a neat way. They had talked before this about how, they will also communicate to each other. So Chimp is gonna signal to Mel if he needs additional help by flicking his shield a bunch. Which is just a great way because they don't have a way, they are not in the same voice channel right now, so they are only communicating via watching the gameplay and watching the pictures. Yeah, again, just to catch up anyone who's just joining or didn't hear the introduction, this is Ocarina of Time Randomizer using Pictionary. So what we have are two players here, one who's actually playing through the seed, and the other one who is drawing hints, kind of via Pictionary style. And that is being, the person who gets to draw is given the spoiler log, which has all the item locations in it. And they will be going through and looking for what's the most optimal way to route this rando to get the player to finish as quick as possible. Usually this is done in a race format, but for simplicity's sake, for our showcase tonight, we're just showcasing one seed, one runner. But it's a really great way to race and try to just better route the seed for the person you're drawing for.
Yeah, it's a nice team format, and it's again different than our normal, races where you're trying to find the logic, figure out where to go, use the hints, and piece it together all by yourself. Instead, we have an optimization problem where a lot of times people will race just spoiler log races, right? Where they just, race against each other trying to optimize their routes with all of the knowledge in hand. And this is kind of a subset of that now where we add in Pictionary for the fun of it, and have drawings to guide us as Chimp just happens to stumble along a boomerang.
Not sure. It looks like Chimp is wanting money there, and I'm not sure Chimp.
Yeah,
I think Chimp has done a lot of pot sanity, so he might not realize that if you go back into the room, it will let you get that rupee that he was looking for there. So I think he's going to try to find money elsewhere. He does need 70 rupees to buy that hook shot in the shop.
Yeah, the interesting thing with the pot sanity part is initially all the pots will get randomized items, but then once you pick up the item out of it and then reload the room, it'll go back to its default. So like that Darunia's room has 20 rupee in it normally. But
I see chat there. Oh gosh, he's gonna try to get 70 rupees from the rocks. No.
This is another way. Look, we're halfway there.
We're gonna get it. We got it.
And meanwhile, looks like we have a drawing a little further ahead here of the windmill. And it looks like a crate around that maybe has some bomb chews to help us out.
Yeah, that's what I definitely. There's a nighttime crate. Kakariko. I saw a few other people in chat guess that. That's definitely what I'd say. And that looks like a bomb chew to me. That's an interesting thing to note, though, that some of the crates in these settings only have items in them during certain times a day. But our runners have to keep in mind as well. Yeah, that's we've talked in other Ocarina Improvs about how how logic works in these, and bomb chews are not in logic for our explosives because you only get a limited quantity. So looks like Mel has found bomb chews that are earlier access maybe than the bomb bag, and is opting to route Chimp over to those in order to get some chews.
Yeah, it looks like Mel's doing a really nice job here of just kind of piecing together a bunch of quick, very useful items, right at the early point here. You get your bow, you get your hook shot, you get some explosives. And that really, in most seeds will let you go and do a lot of stuff quickly. So, again, shout outs to the runners being great at optimizing here. Looking past where the logical bomb bag might be and saying, hey, there's a quicker set of explosives right here for you.
People are really set in chat that there is a banana involved. I think that Donkey Kong picture from earlier.
We started dreaming a donkey, and DK64 Rando, it's coming, but I don't think it's quite ready for GDQ just yet. Soon TM.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Again, the settings today, our ultimate goal is to get 6 medallions. That will give us the key to Ganon's castle. We have quite a lot of different settings turned on here, including pot sanity, shop sanity, scrub sanity, and open Ganon's castle. I think they're kind of the big ones here today that are little bit different settings that we might have not seen here. I'll go ahead also in link in chat again, just some information about where to go if you'd like to start your own Ocarina of Time Rando seed. You know, we are now on the final episode, so we've definitely have upped the difficulty here and the complexity. But again, these are really super customizable, and you'll be able to, you know, you don't have to jump into something like this with all these settings, but a lot of fun, especially if you love Ocarina of Time.
And you see, we picked up Bolero Fire here. Which kind of segues into what it looked like Mel was hinting at next was Fire Temple.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there may be some confusion on which crate, and this might be a daytime crate.
I that's what I was thinking. If it's by, as someone who plays a lot of Pot Sanity, I'm trying to think if there's even a nighttime crate here.
I think it's daytime, but
I think it's daytime. There may be a little bit confusion here.
And again, another thing, point out, oh, there they are.
Oh.
We were just a little bit off on where they were.
You learn something new every day with these settings. Again, Pot Sanity adds something like an odd 400 checks to the seed, something.
It's a lot.
Absolutely a lot.
But
it's a lot to learn.
Yeah, and it's another kind of newer setting, newly developed, that we wanted to show off as people kind of start getting used to playing it. I think this might be first or second time our runners are really trying it, so.
Mm-hmm. It looks like our next heading into Fire Temple here. That to me looks like that's pointed to our scarecrow, Pierre.
It's interesting if it's like the scarecrow or the flare dancer guy, but we don't have the hammer to get to the bottom flare dancer, so I'm thinking you're right that it's the scarecrow. We do have the boss key up here. Again, with the pot textures, that gold and blue one will indicate a boss key.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's definitely flare dancer because of the leg. Yeah, I see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, okay, but
there's.
I guess the question is, how do we get to him, or is that the one at the very top?
Yeah, see a question in chat. Key sanity is not turned on, and yes, we are wearing the Goron tunic, so that's why he's not taking any countdown damage here. Which, yeah, that is from Randomizer randomizes quite a lot of things, including the option to do cosmetics here, which we can see by the fact that the Goron tunic is green.
And no Master Quest dungeons tonight. I think our runners have enough on their plate with pots and skulls and chops and everything else. Looks like we've got one more key here. And there is a little alcove in this big fire room that you don't normally see in races. It's over a bit on the left here. You have to ride a platform up.
4 pots up there, so
I think Chimp knows about, but
all right, looks like he's going back there.
Yeah, this platform right here, you ride up, and
we got Mel writing about it there.
we got a slingshot and a key.
There, okay. I'm trying to tell from the picture what we're gonna see at the top there. I think we're right about the flare dancer, but
Yeah, I think chat was trying to point out possibly wallet and strength upgrades. Which maybe we need a wallet to be able to buy something else later in another shop.
Yeah. We do again, we have pot sanity on, so I think that's a good, that makes sense. The runners cannot hear us, no. And I don't believe they are reading chat. I think they both have their screens pretty full with the game and Pictionary. But yeah, as we're going through this dungeon, now might be a good time to pull in Mel and ask questions about how Mel is routing this feed and what we can see maybe going forward.
Hello, Mel.
Hello, Mel.
Hello. I'm learning something new about spoiler logs today. The crates and the pots go underneath all the chests, so I'm looking at this as if it's linear, but it's not. There's a bunch of stuff hidden underneath, which... Aye. Also, this is...
Oh, no.
So, that side, Jim. Go that side. Jim, no, Jim. Oh, my buddy. No, go back. Go back. You're going the wrong way. Unless he already got a key in here and I'm just stupid.
I think he picked up one with the boss key.
Oh, he's already done that? Okay.
Because he did get the boss key up here. If there was a key, he would have picked both up in this spot.
Okay, how do I type my bad, but as an emoji?
Oops. No, you just wanted him to get fair, right? He needed some help.
Stay healthy, yeah.
Just put a little smiley face, like we're talking about this has been the fun of like trying to communicate with your partner through pictures, all the while reading this, crazy spoiler log.
So another thing I never realized is last time we do this, we're usually in the same voice call, but I'll be muted and he'll just say out loud, "I don't know what you mean." In which case, cool. He just tells me straight off, I'll like revise your picture a little bit so I know what you're talking about. I don't have that luxury today. So Also, like, I'm trying to look at the wiki page as well to see what the pots are and what the crates are, and in doing so, I'm not paying attention to what Chimp is doing. Bit of a nightmare, but we're getting through it. I guess, is it clear what I'm trying to communicate in the little picture in the top left up there? I want to hear your guesses of what I'm trying to say with that picture.
So we in the chat have decided that you're trying to get us to the flare dancer?
Yep.
Or the pots, I guess, next to.
Uh-huh. There's a wallet, which we need for later. Won't say why, but we need it. Rather annoyingly, but there's a strength of there too, so...
All right,
Yeah,
the chat was correct.
Hold on, chat. Now, where are these keys? They are...
And I just want to point out a nice little jump there from Chimp. Again, Mel, knowing the tricks that his runner here is very comfortable doing or not doing. So normally you would need a different strength to get up here. And logically, the one Mel's pointing us to, it would be the second or maybe third even.
Correct.
But if you angle your jump there just right, you can actually make Link jump up above that block and avoid having to push it down with, another strength.
So one of the luxuries slash curse of doing this is that when you download a spoiler log, it often gives you a little playthrough at the bottom, but that always implies that you have to follow logic strictly, and it implies that there's no tricks being applied, whereas I have to facilitate knowing what tricks Chimp can do and how he can go out of logic to get what I think is the correct thing to do the seed as efficiently as possible. Now I'm looking at this and realizing that's never going to be the case because I'm all over the place right now, so we're just going from one dungeon to the next pretty much. I don't think there's a strategy here so much as just pray that Chimp can understand what I'm drawing and pray that what I'm drawing is decipherable at the very least, because my lord, there's a few later on which I'm terrified of some of the things I need to draw later, so look forward to that.
I'm sure
Well,
it'll all be
you're doing a
beautiful.
great job so far.
But yeah, we were talking about how like this is, again, an interesting optimization problem for you. Instead of just trying to find the logic, you have it all, and you're trying to, instead of getting, like we said, what would be the logical first strength, you found one here in fire that could be quicker, easier to grab, because Chimp knows these tricks. And so we're optimizing it in that way. But there's also this issue that you have to be able to keep up with your drawings as your runner moves forward, right?
Pretty much, yeah. To let you in on what the plan is from here, I am making him collect everything I need so that he can go into Forest Temple. Now, as we all know, Forest Temple, very long linear dungeon, you don't have to think too hard, which is perfect for giving yourself time to, figure stuff out. So hopefully when Chimp is mindlessly going through Forest Temple and clearing all that out, I can actually begin to compile it together. Okay, he fell off. That's fantastic. That's more time for me.
He's giving you time.
What a good co-op partner. So yeah, the plan is to get him into a dungeon where he doesn't need my help so much, and from that point onwards, figure out how we're going to get through the rest of the seed. Would you like medallions, by the way, in case you want to follow along, or would you like to just leave as is and follow along with the Pictionary? Because Jim doesn't know what the medallions are, I don't think.
Yeah, let's share. I think that'd be good for our audience to kind of know what's coming
I think
up.
our mystery drawer on the whiteboard may have actually posted them up.
I did? Am I the mystery?
Our other mystery
Totally, yeah, our tracker, our amazing tracker.
Ah, okay.
with our lovely
Didn't
pearlers.
even notice that.
Oops.
Yep.
If you want to confirm, it's water, forest, shadow, fire, and Dodongo.
Correct. So we don't need to do Dodongo's Cavern. Sorry, we don't need to do Deku Tree. We don't need to do Spirit's Temple and Crazy Jabu. There we go. Yeah, so we get to avoid Jabu. DC is kind of annoying because that's a good dungeon to just send somebody to. That's a nice quick one there. So, yep, I don't need to worry too much about the Kokiri sword. So I haven't looked at what's in Deku Tree yet. Oh no, Chip! Oh, Chip. I haven't paid too much attention to what's in there. So I need to go in there yet. Thing with Jabu. Are there many pots in Jabu? Question mark. Are you allowed to tell me?
There are a few extras.
Gee whiz, we'll look forward to me figuring that one out.
There's a couple different ones. Okay. There's quite a few. I mean, think about the Baronade fight.
Oh my goodness, you're right. That is a nightmare. Okay.
And there's a certain extra room at the bottom that we never go into because all it has is pots.
Pots. For some reason, they stuck that room in there.
So like, again, this is a very interesting format with Pot Sanity because it brings a new, different balance to the dungeons and areas. A dungeon like Jabu, which normally, only has a couple chests in it, not many items. You wouldn't look to it often for your progression, but now has a ton of pots in it, so maybe there'll be something useful there.
Another thing I must note as well, I am actually colorblind, so if my colors are completely off, I'm not eccentric, that's just a problem I gotta deal with, so that's something I should mention not forget go in case people are wondering, like, why is he painting the sky purple? No, that's not a stylistic choice, that's just me being bad at reading colors, so.
It looks like Chimp here is on the right path, about to pick up those 2 items. And then you'll be able to send him right off to Forest, which, yeah, like I said, for optimizing, looks pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. Hopefully he goes. Oh, that's what the textures look like. That's cool. I don't know why Chimp is getting the speed. He doesn't need it. That's good to show off these things. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so while.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so.
So are you gonna send him straight on in, no shield, or are we? We're gonna help him out before Forest.
Chimp said, "Do what you want." So I'm gonna do what I want. So that's what I'm doing. If you don't mind sending me back to my little cabin to draw, I need to start thinking stuff up now. But okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us some insight.
No worries, and jack me whenever.
Right. Chimp seems to be hanging out here. We're not sure what to do next.
Yeah, I think he's saying, okay, we got to the top of fire, got some items, that's cool. But like, he's thinking, do I have to beat this dungeon yet? Where am I going now? And I think it's, he's starting to understand, oh, that's a tree over there. He wants me to head on over to Forest Temple because he gave me bow, hookshot, and strength. And again, he's looking at his medallions and saying, yeah, okay, well, maybe we can't beat fire just yet, but we got items to beat Forest. We got the boss key out of fire, so we can warp back later, finish that one up.
I see what this leaf drawing is.
Yeah, it looked like it was saying the tree is a medallion.
Yeah, so as Mel was mentioning, Forest is a little bit more linear. However, we do have the added bonus of all the pots in Forest Temple now, so.
The pots and the skulls, so.
Yes, and the skulls. So hopefully you hope then that, Mel will be able to help direct Chimp which of those need to be checked, especially the skulls, because those aren't textured like the pots are, in order to get all the necessary keys to get through the dungeon here.
Yeah, and chat pointing out we didn't have a song there to make Mido happy, but as we've shown off in previous episodes, if you just kind of line yourself up on the one side, do some backflips, you can actually just hop right over him.
Also, in case this is like your first Ocarina Improv show you're watching, this is our finale episode, but we have explored a lot of different facets of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Our first episodes really went in depth on some of these tricks like Mido skip and how to do them. So I definitely recommend checking those out on YouTube if you're interested in learning more about Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I also, again, will link, I do have a link to help you get started with your own rando if you would like. You can go ahead and get more information at that link to zeldaspeedruns.com, and also follow our runners because both of these people are fantastic at this game. Highly, highly recommend both of them if you're looking to watch some really high-skilled Ocarina of Time Randomizer play.
And it looks like Mel might be opting to kind of get ahead and look towards the next items, next areas outside of Forest. This again goes back to kind of the teamwork aspect of Pictionary here. You kind of have to know when to trust your partner to be able to kind of go on their own in the dungeon, when you need to guide them more. How much time you have to kind of keep reading through the log and trying to optimize your routing here.
Yeah, so there's in Kakariko, at nighttime as a child, there's a wall with a Skulltula on it, and there's 3 pots there, so that definitely seems to be what's being pointed at. That is child only, those pots are there, so he wasn't able to hint Chimp over there earlier, since Chimp has been only adult this seed. I'm trying to tell what that item is that is in the pot. Oh, hover boots. Yeah, those have to be hover boots.
Yeah. Shadow is one of our required dungeons later, so...
So while we're going through this, maybe now is a good time to drag Chimp into the voice call and just talk about how things have been going so far while we're kind of going through Forest Temple, which is a lot more linear.
See how confused he is at this point, huh?
Yes. Hello, Chimp.
Hello.
How is it going?
Well, other than being left to fend for myself for all of these small keys, okay. I think it's...
I know we were talking about that you know, we were hoping that Mel would maybe be able to help point you around, especially with all these pots in here.
Well, I figured as soon as they sent me into Forest Temple without a shield that I sort of knew the vibe that Mel was going with here. You know, it's like, all right, well, maximum punishment, let's go.
Well, not to alarm you, but it did seem like Mel was a little, struggling with some of the extra pots, and the way the spoiler log posts them, it looks like, I guess, the pots are at the bottom of the log, the dungeon part or something, and it's a little awkward.
Yeah,
but
can't imagine it's too easy.
yeah, but I think he was trying to say, you're a top tier runner. You can handle this.
Absolutely. These days, Forest without a shield is just basically what I'm known for, so why not? Oh.
I know part of the plan was to get Chimp over to Forest so that things can be linear and have time to really dive into that spoiler log again, so...
Yeah, it is a bit of a snooze fest, so if there's any time to sort of recalibrate your brain during Forest Temple. By the way, side note, absolutely no idea what that top left drawing means. Not a clue. So I'm going to have fun working out that one. Oh,
And he didn't even give you... We were talking about earlier how, before the show, you had said to Mel that you'll indicate if you need help by flicking your shield.
exactly, I can't even do that.
But unfortunately...
I can't even express my rage because I've not been allowed a shield. Criminal.
All right, Chimp, I'll go ahead and send you back into your room, but just wanted to check in with you and how you've been doing so far through the scene.
I'm all good. I hope you're all having a good time. And I look forward to probably dying to the next batch of Stalfos without a shield.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, that does seem a little problematic.
I'm sure he'll be fine, right?
Well, hopefully he'll, there's the windmill. Just a reminder, for chat that this is both of our runners tonight, although they are very experienced in Ocarina of Time Rando. They both haven't really played much of Pot Sanity, so definitely a little bit of a different taste here and a lot of different checks that you normally wouldn't check. And also, as Mel did mention, I know some people are asking about that song color. Mel is colorblind, so the color might not indicate much there.
Yeah, but
Let's
for
go
sure,
get that song.
for sure, an important song. Could be lullaby, could be a warp. It looks like, Mel's kind of looking at this log now and saying, okay, how do we get some songs here, get some easier movement? And it's looking like go Child, get Epona song area, and then go Child Forest Meadow, looks like, for another song. Which is pretty standard for a normal, Ocarina of Time Randomizer seed. You want to get songs and just, simplify your movement early on here.
Yeah, if I were to guess, we have Sario's song is Nocturne because we do need to get to Shadow Temple, and Epona's is potentially Requiem to get us out to. Oh, we don't have Spirit Temple.
Now we might need something there, though.
I might need something there. Yeah. Melrose is doing our drawings tonight. Yeah, question in chat. Oh. Okay. So that would be the composer's grave. So I'm all right. One of these checks must be Zelda's lullaby.
Yeah. So are we going lullaby, nocturne, then go to composer's grave, and you get another song?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that Epona's gives our Zelda's Lullaby there. Not sure if that blue song would be Song of Time or
Well, I think we
Serenade.
started with Time.
Or did we start it?
I think that was our starting song.
Okay.
So it could be Serenade, could be. There's a few songs that would still be useful, maybe Requiem. We do have Water Temple to go to at some point here.
Yeah, shout outs to Mel for just, I think Mel is absolutely killing it with the drawings.
Yeah, I'm loving seeing these different formats on the show that we've been trying to put out, like just to be able to the ability to play with your friends in different ways, the multi-world playing together, giving each other items, racing each other in normal settings kind of, or maybe you have friends who love doing art stuff, and it's not me, I'm terrible at drawing, but Mel doing a fantastic job, and it's just fun to see these different formats.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to, not only do you get to enjoy this game through the randomizer itself, but there's so many different modes that you can do that just like the possibilities are endless with settings and ways to play. Really, really great.
And, again, shout outs to Chimp here. Just, we said, oh, you don't have a shield. Could this be problematic? But he's just making quick work of the Stalfos and pose.
As we said, both Mel and Chimp are top tier runners of this game. Again, I'm going to link both of their channels in chat. Please drop them a follow if you're interested in just watching some really high tier Ocarina of Time randomizer play. They would be great people to watch just to learn different tricks and see, how to route really well as well. Additionally, in that text is information on how to get started on your own Ocarina of Time randomizer if you are interested. Again, we've done this is our final Ocarina of Time improv. I'm hoping that Chimp knows there's pots in the back of the room there.
He should be able to see it right there, yeah. It looked like they were both nothing important, so.
Yeah, right now it looks like after this, as long as Chimp picks up on that, is Go Child, Get Boots, 3 songs, Profit. Used to be a recipe here. Also, Chad, if you're interested in like this Pictionary version, there's races held of these that are super, super interesting. I definitely recommend checking out if you want to see more.
Yeah, I know the Silver Gauntlets channel loves to host these races. I love to work with them, do commentary on that all the time. So if you want to see more cool drawings and people racing this format, I'm sure there will be more coming up.
I went ahead and linked Silver Gauntlets in chat real quick for y'all too. Again, Silver Gauntlets hosts a lot of different Ocarina of Time rando races. So if you've really enjoyed this series, that's a great place as well to check it out. Did I spell it wrong?
You didn't put the "the" in front of it.
I didn't put what? Oh, the Silver Gauntlets.
The.
Oh no! Oh no! Listen, it's late. The Silver. I'm sorry. Well. Oh, looks like we got some more information incoming from Mel here. I want to watch more of these Pictionary races because this is super interesting to watch.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times you probably aren't fortunate to have as good of an artist as Mel. Because I know if I were to try to draw, it would be nothing like Mel is drawing right now.
And my teammate would have no idea where they're going. An interesting question in chat is, if you were going to get serious in racing Pictionary, wouldn't you come up with, kind of symbols, keys for everything? Potentially, you could come up with, a better, system with your teammate, but these aren't meant to be the most serious races. They're meant to just kind of play with different friends, different, mix and match teammates, who can make cool drawings and just have fun together. They're kind of like races, every month or two or something, as a side from the serious standard kind of format.
Yeah, you'll even see too, like right here, there's some consistency. Earlier on, Mel drew above Dodongo's cavern and did the same drawing there. So repeating that drawing to show you have to go inside of Dodongo's cavern. Just that consistency. So Chimp should, I would imagine, be able to pick up that that's Dodongo's cavern since it's a repeated drawing there.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the scrub on the one side as long shot?
Long shot, I would guess. Yeah, you can see we are almost an hour in here, already finishing our first of 6 dungeons and already having a number of important items here. Which that's the nice thing about these races is, you get to skip all the fluff that normally, you would be taking a very, very different route here if you didn't have a teammate directing you where to go, ultimately speeding up these seeds a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Normally you would see something like, Kakiri Forest, Maido's house, checking everything in Kakariko in the graveyard area, doing all these early checks, step by step to get that early game going, get some items, get some songs. But here, we have this different problem, this optimization thing where Mel's just, scouring through and trying to find what's needed, what's not, how do we get there the fastest. And yeah, it's really impressive just how he was able to quickly look at it and say, hey, here's a bow, a hook shot, a strength, let's go to a dungeon, get it done, keep moving.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in chat. Yeah, it looks like our next thing, well, we also are going to get the boots. So everything coming up here is going to be probably done as a child, though sending...
He might do Dodongo's next.
Might
it's
do
possible.
Dodongo's. Yeah. That you'd want to do as an adult here.
Yeah, I think the order of operations there isn't super important. 'Cause you're gonna have to go, back and forth through the sage change either way you go about it, but kind of leaving it open maybe to Chimp here, showing everything.
Yeah, it looks like, indicating DC is a medallion. Which Chimp knows because he did read the pedestal. Yeah, that should be the light medallion. Again, just a friendly reminder that Mel is colorblind, so makes sense that that would be Cream. Unfortunately, our chimp
Well, you know,
has
he
a lot of health in here.
got distracted by all these amazing drawings, you know. It happens. I think there's the hands there saying, you know,
shield.
Mel with the hand drawing like, yeah, I didn't get you a shield. You got this. And again, like, this is the fun of the racing part of this, where how much do you go out of your way for something like a shield, for some more heart pieces and containers, as you've seen. Mel hasn't given him any extra ones yet. He's on 3 hearts still. But again, if like you're newer to this and, you know, playing with friends for fun, for, you know, a beginner race, like, you'll probably want to look and see like, oh, there's heart containers, you know, over in the Lost Woods or Goron City. Pick up a few on the way to beating your dungeons. And just kind of min-maxing what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, this fight would definitely be a lot easier with the shield, as we've talked about in previous Ocarina Improv. A huge way that we do combat here is with our power crouch stabs, which do require a shield to perform. And essentially, when you use your shield and crouch and stab, the devs for this game didn't put a damage value to that attack, so it does whatever does the damage value of the last attack you did, but in quick succession. So jump slashes give us the most damage. We're able to store the jump slash damage and quickly just power crouch stab really quickly to do a lot of damage. But unfortunately, since Chimp has not been able to get a shield here, he has to do this fight a lot slower.
But excellently done. We're through. That's our second medallion and a nice reward that just happens to be there. The Goron sword.
That will help fights go a little bit faster.
You see Chimp playing a little there to Melrose, like, you could have got me some shield or health or...
Hello.
It's the fun of playing with your friends. You get to mess with them a little too while racing, right?
I will have to say we are about at the hour mark here, so having finished the dungeon, I think we'll go ahead and pull in our racers here to take our first wellness check. It looks like a good place to stop, and probably Mel
That's
will get
shop.
yelled at.
Nukes, did you see what was in that shop?
I did not see what was in that shop. What happened?
There was a Din's Fire and a Kakiri sword in there.
Oh.
So we have a wallet. Those might come up later, but...
Yeah, we did get that wallet earlier. All right, I'm gonna drag both of our runners into the room here. All right, Chimp and Mel, we are about at the 1 hour mark, so we are going to take a wellness break here. So, Chimp, if you want to just count us down to when to pause,
Sure.
and we'll go take a break.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's break.
All right, chat here on GDQ Hotfix. We like to take wellness breaks. So just to encourage you all to get up, stretch, maybe get a snack, maybe refill your drink, go to the bathroom. And we'll be right back with more Ocarina Improv. Hey, all you cool cats and gamers. Welcome back to the final episode of Ocarina Improv, the GDQ Hotfix Show special that dives in depth into Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I'm your host, Nuclear Reaction, and tonight we've got Pictionary going on, where Melrose is looking through a spoiler log, drawing the route for Chimp to go ahead and execute to finish the seed together. Before we get back into the seed, though, I do have a couple quick announcements. Games Done Quick Highlights is a channel that features highlights of our GDQ Hotfix shows. Use the command highlights to learn more about our highlights. Also, SGDQ 2022 on-site volunteer applications are open from now until April 20th. If you're interested in volunteering at the tech station, camera ops, photography, donation station, and more, go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. All right. Without, I guess, giving too much information, how are you both feeling right now about this seed?
I love shields. Shields are fantastic, and I don't know why I was suddenly inspired to mention that.
All right, looking for a shield.
He's not getting one.
No.
He's not getting one.
I'm not looking for one. Specific.
No?
Just want to highlight that I love shields, and you know, a Phantom Ganon without a shield is just no bueno.
Yeah, but you got through them, so, you know, at this point, what would you really need a shield for, right?
Let's just pretend I don't have other bosses to beat, yeah.
I don't know, chat. Chat, I want to hear from you. Should Chimp get
Is
Chimp
this
get a
crowd
shield,
control,
or-
chat? Are we getting a shield?
All right, I'll let you two get back to it. Looks like Mel has quite a lot of steps filled out here. So we'll give a countdown and we'll get back to it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so just chat before the break. We did see a very loaded shop. For those of you who might be joining us, we have a lot of spicy settings on today. Shop sanity, scrub sanity, dungeon skulls are shuffled, and the most spiciest one is pot sanity, where all the pots throughout the seed have shuffled items as well. Looks like we are going, one of the things on there was to head over to Dodongo's Cavern. That picture in the bottom left-hand corner there. Looks like one of the Deku scrubs has a long shot from what I can tell from this drawing. You know, we definitely have to beat this dungeon. So this will be already our second dungeon here within the first hour. I think we're making pretty great progress so far.
Yeah, some slight hiccups at the beginning, as to be expected with the sheer volume of checks and everything put before our runners, but you know, they've seemed to hit their stride really nicely, and you know, Chimp heading right to this scrub. We have scrub sanity set as affordable, so 10 rupees, boom, there's your long shot. And then Chimp's going to be able to now show us, I assume, another nice little trick here to light the eyes quickly into Dongo's Cavern and kind of beat this dungeon quickly without having to check anything else. Looks like Chimp's going for the left-hand setup here.
It's interesting because I always go to the other side, and other runners I watch tend to go to the other side, and I've never seen someone go over to the left side. So it's like, for a second, like, why is he going over there?
Yeah, it speaks volumes to just how well thought out everything's been done with planning these just, you know, races and checks, and just, you know, how people found, oh, you can do this from the right side setup, or here's a setup from the left side, whatever you're more comfortable with. You and I both like the one on the right. Chimp opting here. A little struggle to light the second eye, but
Yeah, which we did mention there is a limited number of chews.
There you go.
But we're good there.
You know, the eyes can be a little finicky, but
Yeah, you have to be very precise with that setup. Yeah, well, it's really nice. Again, about this being a spoiler long dive is Mel has been able to indicate that the only item here that Chimp needs to grab is that long shot. So Chimp's able to just go ahead and quickly get through this dungeon without having to go through all the extra fluff, checking all the other. There's quite a few checks in here, especially with Scrub Sanity and Token Sanity and Pot Sanity turned on. But none of that is a worry here.
yeah, it's actually really impressive in this particular seed that only one scrub had anything in this dungeon for us. Kind of hoping we'd get to see some of the extra rooms. Don't normally go into those, Dynaphos, Lysophos, I never remember the term. But those couple fights that you, in races, a lot of times skip. But here, there's pots in those rooms, so.
Yep. Yeah, there's quite a, if you watch this normally as an adult, you skip a lot of this dungeon. There's all those back areas that you don't go into. There's quite a few pots. Don't have to worry about those, thankfully.
For sure. And wow, Chimp making it look easy. The toughest fight in the game. The king is down. But yeah, for Pot Sanity, again, it's a newer setting. You can run it with the texture matches contents on or off. We like having it on here. Makes it nice, easy to see what's what. And it really brings a lot of new stuff to the table if you're playing this randomizer. Again, just like the balance of some of these dungeons now have way more items they could have with the pots or the crates, and it really just kind of changes up how you go about, routing.
That's, I think something you sometimes hear a lot with the Ocarina of Time random community is Ocarina of Time is just kind of a longer randomizer because there's just a lot of checks in this game, which I think is really interesting about this Pictionary format is we're being able to cut down so much time here, especially with even more checks in the seed. We've already finished 2 dungeons. We're getting close to getting more done, though it looks like Chimp
I think he's a little confused about these pots. So what Mel has drawn here is the windmill in Kakariko, which Chimp's kind of correctly looking, in the area of, but again, with it being a newer setting, it's, sometimes you're not as familiar with where some of these are, and this particular check is child only. I think Mel's trying to clarify that a little bit again. To show you need to go child to be able to get these.
Drawing the guard over there with the Keaton mask, which is only there as a child.
Yeah, so I think Chimp's looking here now, but I think he's going to get the picture pretty soon.
Yeah, looks like he got it there. There we go. I love that teamwork, though, just seeing them. Again, our runners are not in the same voice channel, so they cannot talk to each other. They're only communicating through pictures and watching the gameplay. So they have to do, little movements here, try to indicate. Well, it looks like where's Chimp going now?
I think he's setting it to nighttime because Mel indicated
Got it.
the skull.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure if he needs it to be nighttime or not, but
I don't, for the pots, no, but
yeah.
as we've mentioned, this is a newer setting, and sometimes the items inside the crates are different depending on the time of day. They might not be there at certain times of day, so definitely not a bad idea to just be a little cautious given that Skulltula on the drawing there. But yeah, again, I see a comment in chat about, wow, it would take me 17 weeks to do one seed. I do want to just say that Ocarina of Time Randomizer is super, super customizable. You can turn off editing settings. We are playing with a lot more elaborate settings today, so you can definitely simplify this a lot. I will put the link in chat again for starting your own Ocarina of Time Rando at that Zelda Speedruns link right there. We'll give you all the information to set this up if you're interested in trying this out at home. It's really, really great. Again, so much value, which we've seen throughout all the episodes of Ocarina Improv. It's so many different ways to play this game, and you can customize it to whatever works for you.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because we set it to nighttime. Our spawn is at the market. We can't leave.
No!
We need it to be daytime so we can leave right now.
I was going on my spiel there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So we have a little waiting, but it'll be all right.
While we're waiting, yeah, I want to just kind of follow up on that too. That there's map trackers, which I highly suggest if you're starting off any randomizer to use a map tracker, because there's locations you might not even realize and items that open locations that you don't realize open them. So I highly suggest using that. There's lots of great tools out there to get you started. And your first one will take you a lot longer. I know mine took 13 hours, and now I do them, depending on the settings, between 2.5 to 4.5 hours. So it takes time, as any game, to, learn how to go faster.
Yeah, and again, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, again, for like this last episode, we kind of wanted to go a little more all out and show some of these newer, crazier settings off for our viewers. But if you're starting out, like the first episode, we had the more basic settings. If you want to look at that episode as kind of a good starting point for new players, again, using trackers. You can, look at the spoiler log to help you too. And again, the beauty is the logic puzzle. A lot of times you don't need to know all of the tricks that some of our very highly skilled runners on the show have done. You can go about it the way you would play the normal Ocarina of Time game, no tricks, and the logic will play out. It'll let you beat it without the tricks. And then as you become more comfortable, you can kind of learn some of these things, add different checks in, change it up, and really have fun in all of these different ways.
Yeah, and that's the importance of also getting that spoiler log when you make one of these is super important as well, especially if you're just starting off, because if you do get stuck, that's going to help you figure out where to go and what did you miss in your seed, and then you learn from that and you do another one, and you do all of a sudden hundreds of these. If you're like any of us here on the show.
Yeah, and even for me, who I've played so many, and I just started trying out this new pot Sanity in the past couple of weeks, and even I was like, wait, there's a pot where in the fire temple? What? I need to go there? Oh. And it's been like a whole new learning experience, even for an experienced runner like me. It's been so fun.
Looks like Mel is trying to tell Chimp to stop.
Stop sign. Interesting.
Just like patiently waiting now to see what is the next knowledge.
Chimp has taken this very literally. Stop.
Just stop. That's the way of the hero. Just stop.
Alright, so what do we have here?
I'm interpreting that as go to Lake Hylia. Or iron boots. Oh, I think that's the open grotto.
Open grotto in front of? Okay, that would get us the iron boots to then be able to beat Water Temple.
Yeah, there's an open grotto right by that fence, for those who don't know in chat.
Yeah, I think
that was in the picture.
Yeah,
so.
The fence and then the lake behind, but here's... Sure enough, big chest.
There it is. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I see chat talking about the pictures. Again, I think Mel is doing a fantastic job with the drawings. It'd be very interesting to see how this works out when your partner maybe isn't the best drawer.
So you're saying we do more of these?
Yeah, I'm actually, I play Ocarina of Time almost daily, and I've never done one of these, and now I'm super interested in trying out a Pictionary.
Might there be, I don't know, who's that guy, Spike? Vegeta? I wonder if he would do one with you. That might be fun, right?
That might be a big ask. Oh gosh, that would be fun. I don't think Spike nor I can draw, so that would be interesting. And yeah, Chad, if you're watching this and you're really interested in this format in particular, we did mention earlier that on twitch.tv/thesilvergauntlets, they'll do Pictionary races on there. So definitely recommend checking that out if you're enjoying this format. Because yeah, that's we talked about earlier that spoiler logs are weird and they give you a path that they want you to follow, but with the tricks that we do in these games, that's not necessarily the most optimal. So you have to be able to read the spoiler log, interpret, where's the best route, what are things that we can do there, quote unquote, out of logic or the unintended path that will be quicker for the runner to do with their tricks and skill. Get them through as fast as possible. And again, these are normally done in a race format, so you have to do a really great job with communicating with your partner and interpreting that spoiler log on where to go.
Yeah, it's really nice because you have the playthrough of what the program did. It'll get you through the seed, without needing any tricks, anything crazy, just your standard playing. You can get through, get all your items, but it's not necessarily the fastest. And again, because of, tricks or finding these like bomb shoes Mel found early for Chimp, or even things that are in logic, like maybe there's, say, a bomb bag in Mido's house, but there's another bomb bag in the graveyard, and the playthrough, the program will just pick one of them because they're both available. But then you might say, oh, but the other one, we could go, to Mido's, and then we could go to Lost Woods and get this other item, and then we can get this song and chain things in like a faster, optimized way. And that's the fun of this, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because there's even that aspect too, but not even including the items is the routing on how to, optimally go from one area to another. You don't want to send your runner, in just all over the map and not a cohesive, connecting order. You want to make sure to maybe give them the optional items that they'll need to finish the seed faster as well. Which one could argue could or could not be a shield, but that's quite a controversial topic in the ZOOTR communities.
Yeah, shield's optional, right? Extra heart's optional, right?
Yeah.
But it's a lot to balance as the person doing the drawing, trying to read out like how is it normally played through? How can I optimize it? How can I draw this quick enough for my teammate to keep going without getting slowed down? And that's where Mel kind of talked around getting those items for Forest very early, so he could trust his teammate then to just go through that dungeon while he optimized later parts.
Yeah, just a reminder that the drawer here doesn't get the spoiler log, in advance. They get it at the start of the seed, so there is time that it takes to really interpret that spoiler log and route this all in an optimal way. So being able to send your runner somewhere quickly like Forest Temple is definitely, I think, a great strat here.
Yeah, chat pointing out, we also found the Lens of Truth there in Kakariko that Mel didn't seem to care about, so it's a major item, but not going to be needed in this seed. Happen to be right next to our hover boots. So we've got Chimp here kind of waiting around a little bit. Picked up iron boots, hover boots. Trying to see where we're going next. It looks like we're going to the desert?
The desert, yeah.
To get Lullaby?
Yeah, that looks like to me that go out to get the Requiem check for Zelda's Lullaby. There's those other items in the Wasteland pots.
Wasteland? Oh, I thought that was the golf course.
There was some questions about if maybe we were gonna go, stop and swap to Mario Golf. I haven't heard of that yet in ZOOTR, but there's tons of different things. I learn more about this game every single day. That there is stop and swap for Paper Mario in this game, so maybe the Mario Golf. I don't remember a Skulltula in that game, so I think it's the Wasteland.
Oh, maybe someday. Link's, he's busy saving the world all the time. Let him have some fun golfing once in a while, right?
I'm trying to interpret. It looks like there's some instructions here too for key logic.
Yeah, so we need to figure out what. Well, it's sort of getting crossed out.
Oh, it's getting crossed out. Oh boy.
But it looks like
chaos is afoot.
chaos is. It looks like there's a hammer in some pot being drawn there. Trying to figure out what pot that
Yeah.
is. That might be a spirit temple one.
I want to say that's in the spirit temple in like the big lobby with the statue. I think that big eyeball is supposed to be or a big statue in there, and there's a pot in the back right hand side. The most I can interpret there for sure is as it
Yeah.
to be related
Kinda.
to waste or spirit temple.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Beamos, maybe.
Oh yeah.
And there's like this big character, smaller character, maybe like saying you need to be child for a key.
Beamos makes. Oh, that's the child. The Beamos definitely makes more sense.
That's kind of what I'm guessing at here.
Yeah.
And again, this is the fun, right? Like you
Yeah.
can only communicate through these pictures, and we're like, well, that sort of looks like this room, right? We'll get a big red stop sign if it's wrong, right?
Yeah. I just want to note again that this is the finale of the series, so it is a lot more complicated. We aren't taking times to explain the tricks like we have in past episodes. If you are interested in that, though, I highly recommend checking out the YouTube channel. Check out like our first episode or two where we really broke down the tricks slowly and explained them. Today we are just showcasing a different mode that is an option to play here. And we do not have time based on the mode to break down the tricks today, so we're just showcasing a different mode.
Yeah, and we can talk a little about the wasteland here. Logically, you're required to have this lens of truth that Chimp just happened to stumble upon, right? And, you know, the game will let you have this to follow this ghost around and get you out to Spirit Temple. But a lot of times our runners will kind of forego this item and just know the routing to walk through here.
Mm-hmm. You also want to note too, there's again we were joking about the golf course. Mel is colorblind, so the colors might not match up in the way that you'd expect them to. Just to clarify, that's why, and it makes sense when you have that information. Oh, that was nice. The mute shield just gets
pauses a little there.
Well,
Surprise,
Chip
Chip.
finally has a shield.
You get it. And there is, in fact, our Zelda's Lullaby.
Look, so next step is to go again to that. We interpreted earlier that was the composer's grave, to get a song there. Probably Serenade. I haven't taken a chance to really look at these next steps.
Yeah, so let's think, right? So if this is Serenade, we'll be able to beat Water Temple, right? Because we've been given the boots, we've gotten to our long shot, and now we have Lullaby to raise and lower the water. So that kind of checks out, nice and easy, get that done. After that, we did see the Din's Fire earlier in the Deku shop. So I don't think that's quite what all of this is pointing to, but I think Chimp will probably be thinking towards that after water.
It looks like also indicating where to buy a Zora tunic here, because Chimp doesn't have a lot of health. So he will not be able to last underwater a lot. That is based on how many filled hearts you have. Each part of a heart gives you more time underwater, and the Zora tunic will let him stay underwater.
Yeah, you're right. This might actually be pointing to even the central pillar here, which
Yes.
It's kind of the one problematic area of Water Temple.
Yeah.
When you're low hearts, you have very little time to get it, and 3 hearts isn't enough. So I think that's the indication here of, well, you're going to need that tunic.
Looks like Chimp might be more focused on where is that boss key, but
Yeah,
I think
interpret.
Yeah. From what I'm interpreting from that picture, though, is central pillar has boss key.
That's what I'm thinking, and it's being pointed to get a tunic to make it, easy to check.
Yeah, because getting that central pillar check without a Zora tunic and with only 3 hearts is gonna be extremely difficult. Which I don't even know if
It's
how
not
possible that would be. I don't think
It's not
you
with
could.
3.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think the time it takes to get down there, fight the enemies, and get up there, you'd be able to do with 3 hearts.
And now we have another interesting drawing.
Yeah, we only have the one wallet, which I think there was a picture earlier indicating where another wallet was.
Yeah, I think that might have been part of the chain. Get another and get the tunic.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's that picture is indicating get to the broken wall. Yeah, I'm looking at that picture there. It looks like, oh boy. I'm wondering if that is indicating where the wallet is, but I'm having a hard time interpreting that.
That's where the wallet is.
That's where it was. Okay, never mind.
Perfect. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what equals wallet into buy tunic, and apparently it was right here in Water Temple.
I see a question from Yoni in chat about theoretically, the higher the runner's skill, the less checks he would need to beat Ganon. I guess it depends on, a lot of that would depend on your trick knowledge, I suppose. Obviously, tricks let you skip certain checks. So if you know how to execute certain tricks, that would help. But not always necessarily, depending on the way that, where the items are in the seed. I know that's a kind of a wishy-washy answer, but it is a little bit dependent on quite a number of factors there. I will have to say though, you know, we're watching Chimp not get any hearts here, where other runners might opt to get hearts for, you know, getting through dungeons so that they have health and can take more damage. So that's an area where skill level will help make the seed potentially go a little bit faster.
Yeah, and like good friend Kirk Q saying in the chat, there's the execution and the skill, and then there's the ability to route and, you know, order how you're going from one place to the next. And then there's still the big luck factor. It is a randomizer. The items do get there's logic to where they're placed, but you know, that there's only logic to an extent, right? You still have to guess, is it, you know, Goron City here sometimes, or is it Kakariko? And, you know, in this instance, we have the spoiler log to guide. In other races, you don't have that, so you're, you know, potentially still checking all of these checks to find a required hook shot or a required hammer or something. Chimp has his 300 rupees. Get that tunic. Able to go to the central pillar. And then we'll have Water Temple down.
That will be our third dungeon here. Again, we need 6 medallions to get the key to get up to Ganon. We do have open Ganon's Castle turned on today, which is a different setting that we haven't seen yet on Ocarina Improv. So the only thing we have to do is get the light arrows, get magic, bow, and beat the 6 medallion dungeons.
And the chat playing along here, guessing, is that saying Forest Medallion would be Requiem? I believe you are correct. It looks like we beat this. We'll get Requiem, where we can go Child Spirit to get a key. And then it looked like Adult Spirit maybe had our hammer for fire? So again, it looks like Mel is setting Chimp up here nicely to just kind of run through these dungeons.
And again, if this is I see some people asking, what is Ocarina of Time Randomizer? This is our final show of this series, kind of really breaking down this game. Highly suggest going onto the GDQ YouTube channel, checking out like our first episodes of Ocarina Improv. We really break down the basics in those shows. We'll just give you a better understanding there. This is definitely a lot more complicated, this show. We have a lot of more settings turned on. We're doing Pictionary format, so if this is your first time being exposed to Ocarina of Time Randomizer, this might be a little overwhelming and a lot to take in, but we'd love to, you know, get you started and get you learning, so check out those older episodes.
Yeah, and while we have a little time here, just to go back a little in depth about the basics. So when you get a randomized playthrough here, the code does look and check to make sure that you can do everything, get all your items without needing any real glitches, any, you know, crazy tricks. It's all coded in very thoroughly. People have tested this really well put together. So, You have no worries there, right? So if you're new and just, unsure of how Chimp's doing some of these tricks, you don't need to entirely worry about it from the start. And again, we have a lot more settings on right now for this one. But if you look back at the first episode, we have simpler things, easier for a beginner to jump in on. You might want to look back at that. And just again, so many people in the community, Nukes, myself, Chimp, Mel, you can come ask any of us anytime, any questions on, the logic, the routing, any of it, and we'll be glad to help. But
yeah, that's definitely the best way, is to just watch streamers who play this game a lot. I'll go ahead and again link Mel and Chimp's Twitch channels. Of course, myself and Engel also do a lot of Ocarina of Time Randomizer on our channels and are happy to answer any questions if you want to check our channels out as well. And yeah, these Ocarina of Time Randomizer is super customizable, as Engel was saying. So, today we're playing with a lot more complicated settings, a lot more checks. But you can definitely simplify it for your first playthroughs and then build on as you do more and more of these. And also right now is if you have any questions while we're, watching things like a fight, or we're not talking about anything in particular going on, we're just waiting for them to go through a dungeon or someone to draw. Try to answer questions we see in chat. I also see a lot of wonderful people in the chat helping answer questions as well, which I appreciate a ton. Because ultimately, the point of the series is to teach more people about Ocarina of Time Randomizer, as well as all the great things it has to offer, like Pictionary.
yeah, so Chimp there, taking care of Morpha easily. A little trick runners like to do there, pull Morpha into the corner. You kind of trap it there to be able to get a couple quick sword hits in. Makes that fight go very fast.
Yeah, it looks like our next route here is to use this forest medallion that will give us a song check. Should be given a Requiem based on those drawings. And then using Requiem to go child, should be getting our hammer. So that we can go back to Fire Temple. And I want to say that's to get the Flare Dancer check that requires hammer to get potentially the light arrows.
Yeah, so we've got kind of this complicated setup drawn by Mel here, but to break it down, when you get the forest medallion, in the game, you go to the Temple of Time and she gives you a song. Well, that's randomized here. So that song turned out to be Requiem of Spirit. And now with that, we're being told to go to the child part of the Spirit Dungeon to get a key. And then immediately go back adult and use this key to then go further in that dungeon, get the hammer. And then you're saying, oh, there's the light arrows and fire. Why didn't we get those before? Well, we need the hammer to get to that flare dancer, get those light arrows, beat the dungeon, and then now all we'll have left is Shadow Temple.
There's a question in chat about if those are potentially the fire arrows. I'm going to say no, because we do have Din's Fire, which is a fire source. So there's no reason that Mel would need to lead Chimp over to the fire arrows. Or we don't. Oh wait, we don't have Din's yet, do we?
Well, we can buy it though.
We can buy it.
We saw it. We saw it in the Kakiri Forest shop. We have 2 wallets, so no matter what crazy price it's at, we can get that.
Yeah, therefore, because of that, fire arrows would not be necessary in this seed. So they could be in other seeds, but not in this one. However, we always need the light arrows in order to defeat Ganon. So clearly the ice arrows. That would be quite a twist.
Well, we do have to fight Bongo.
True.
Yeah, a little known fact about the ice arrows. They actually freeze the hands of Bongo, kind of making the fight a little bit easier. Yeah, it's a bit of a joke amongst runners, because otherwise those ice arrows just really serve no purpose in this game.
I like to think they had a little bit more they intended to do with them that they got to do later on in Majora's Mask, potentially, but yeah, kind of a meme item for randomizer here. Yes, I see a question. Having just joined the stream, is the picture being drawn by someone with a spoiler log? And the answer is yes. So, yeah, Melrose has access to the spoiler log and is using that to try to route the seed as optimal as possible for Chimp. This is the only way they can communicate. They are not in a voice channel together, so they are simply communicating either via movement in the seed. We have previously seen Chimp do like shield flicks to indicate that maybe he doesn't understand what a drawing means. And Melrose can ask questions potentially via drawing as well. Yeah, it looks like we're getting close to the end here. The only dungeons that we have left to complete are Shadow and Fire Temple, which Chimp will be able to finish Fire Temple here now. And I think all we're really missing is, look here, the Din's Fire to get into Shadow Temple, where we know where that is. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
Pretty good here.
Do you want to maybe pull Mel in or Chimp, maybe talk to them a little bit more, see if Mel's going to be willing to give Chimp some of the key locations in Shadow Temple, or maybe just, have him stumble around.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull Mel in now. That should be pretty, not having to go through all the spoiler log stuff as much anymore.
Welcome again, Mel.
Hi there.
So, looks like we've done pretty well here now.
Well, you've now joined me at what I think is the hardest bit, and that's telling Chimp how to go mode Shadow Temple. And by go mode, I mean just collect the keys and that's it.
Well, that was going to be my next question to you, actually, was, are you actually going to hand him the key locations and help him out, or maybe troll him a little bit here?
He went against my wishes and got himself a shield. So maybe
I know, you didn't tell him to pick that up. Rude.
I didn't. He went against the script. Wait a minute, that's not the boss key. Hang on a second. I've missed
Yeah, so we were looking at this drawing thinking this was going to be our light arrows. They are a bundle of arrows.
My bad.
Minor correction. The skull next to them. There they are.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That looks more like it. That looks... Whoopsie.
Crouching.
Right. It happens. Yeah, well, he can get over it. You can... So, where was I? Yeah, I guess the only reason I want to help out Chimp is because I also don't know the pots I'm about to talk about, and if he doesn't know and he skips a pot that has a key, that's a problem. He'll expect me to help him out. And...
Yeah, there's a lot at the very start of the dungeon too.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to talk about Shadow missing a key, that long boat ride. You don't really want to have to make it twice.
No, precisely. So I'm gonna try and depict how to tell Chimp, hey, you can avoid going into this this area here because there's nothing. So that's me trying to say, hey, Chimp, when you go to Shadow Temple, you don't have to enter that door whatsoever. Now we get to find out if he understands that or not, because I certainly wouldn't.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting drawing. I think I would interpret it that way. Yeah.
I think so too. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'll go ahead and let you get back to figuring out how you're going to draw the rest of the locations here.
Well, I guess I have one more thing to comment on. The thing I can understand for Chimp being confused is that what is a bird's eye view of something and what is... Because to him, he might think, what on earth is the one-eyed, two-armed, grinning monster of ZOOTR? Because that's... I can totally understand, like, if you're trying to play the seed, you look to your left and you see that. It's not. I don't think it's immediately obvious. Hopefully in the cutscene while Vavaji is perishing, he might be able to look at it and go, oh, he clearly doesn't want me to go in there, but we shall find out. But I shall let you go on without me. But yeah, this has been fun. I've been enjoying this. I've got a few things wrong.
We've been loving the drawings,
Yeah,
though. So
yeah, and watching how you two have been, communicating with each other has been really great as well.
yeah,
I think actually here I'm going to drag in Chimp and we'll take our final wellness break because I think we're going to be finishing this up pretty soon. So let me get Chimp in here. All right, Chimp, Mel, we're going to go ahead and take our final wellness break. We only have one medallion left to go, one dungeon left to conquer. So Chimp, if you want to go ahead and give us a countdown to pause.
Absolutely. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's break.
All right, chat. Here on GDQ Hotfix, we do like to take wellness breaks. So before we finish up this seed for the night, I encourage everyone to get up, stretch, maybe grab a snack, use the bathroom, fill up your drink, and we will be right back with the finale of Ocarina Improv. Stay tuned. Hey, all you cool cats and gamers. Welcome to the finale of Ocarina Improv, the GDQ Hotfix Show special that dives in depth into Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer and all it has to offer. I'm your host, Nuclear Reaction, and we are finishing off the series with Pictionary, where we've got 2 players here, one with a spoiler log, drawing the route for our other player who is playing through the seed as quickly as possible. Before we finish off the night by going through Shadow Temple and defeating Ganon, a few quick announcements here. SGDQ 2022 on-site volunteer applications are open from now until April 20th. If you're interested in volunteering at the tech station, camera ops, photography, donation station, and more, go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. Also, there will be no Hotfix shows tomorrow, chat, unfortunately. However, make sure to tune in on Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern for PB Preface It and It's Dangerous to Go Alone. All right. we are in the finale here. Mel, Chimp, how are you feeling about the rest of the seed and how everything's been going?
I've had a blast, actually. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've had a good time, and I would like to personally thank the pot that decided to absolutely hurl its way at me and provide me a well-desired shield. It clearly knew I was having a bad time. Absolutely blasted into my face. Wonderful. Thanks, game. It's the nicest thing it's ever done for me. In 2.5 years of playing this game, it's the only nice thing it's ever done for me.
Chat definitely had some opinions about that happening, but you know.
Look, I would have committed to the bit
I'm
of
sorry.
not equip. I would have not took it had it not have literally thrown itself at me. But you know, I'm not going to look a gift pot in the mouth.
I don't blame you. All right, let's get started though. We're almost done again, chat. As I said, we just have Shadow Temple to go through. Hopefully Mel will be kind and draw where the key locations are so we can get through here as fast as possible, but I'm not going to tell what our runners to do. So here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so first things first, we don't have much left in this seed. We do have to go to the shop and buy Din's Fire, which Chimp already knows about. That will get us into our final dungeon, Shadow Temple, where, again, all we have to do is get the keys to complete the dungeon once in there. So hopefully shouldn't take too long, but we'll see. You know, I know Mel was a little bit worried about how to draw some of those key locations here, so.
Yeah, again, just another interesting setting you could turn on or off that we chose to kind of showcase tonight was Shop Sanity, where every shop you now have 4 randomized items, and Kakiri Shop had our Din's Fire for a little over 100 rupees there.
Again, I just want to highlight too, if you're just tuning in, this is Pictionary. As we mentioned, one runner gets spoiler log and gets to kind of draw out hints on where to go and how to route the seed. While the other runner can only look at the drawings and interpret those to get through this as fast as possible. Already we have from Mel, don't go into the back area.
Yeah, Mel was a little worried that Chimp might not recognize what that drawing meant, but seems he had no trouble. We are straight on through to, looks like a key right here. It's a very nice setup by Chimp coming in the door, turning sideways, doing a little side hop. You can quickly jump slash both those Gibdos without them jumping on you.
Yeah, that room can be kind of annoying if you let the Gibdos start freezing you. So, yeah, definitely a great optimal way to do that room is get your sword out before entering, do those side hop and slash, take them down before they freeze you. Looks like our next hint is for the Falling Spikes room. Be great, because that means that Chimp might be able to avoid the whole left area. Upcoming big giant room.
Yeah, this is looking like a pretty quick Shadow Temple, being able to optimize away from some of these slower rooms that if you didn't have the spoiler log info, you would have to check for potential keys. Looks like we got 2 coming up here in the Crusher. Possibly even the boss key, looks like. Wow.
Wow, 3 keys then.
Yeah, of note, Shadow Temple, no matter what here, does need all 5 small keys and the boss key. That's what we're looking for.
Which again, what's really great about this Pictionary mode is So you're able to skip out on a lot of the fluff that would, add a lot more time to doing these.
And we'll pick this big chest
Yeah,
up just for
let's see what it is.
Ah,
Aha! Yes, a very important item.
I'm very glad he picked that one up. The Stone of Agony.
I was tempted to grab Chimp into the room and ask how he feels about that pickup.
Chimp here looking for that boss key. It should be in the middle there. The pot.
Oh yeah.
Mel really trying to highlight this because again, you don't want to miss something in shadow and have to go back.
There we go.
So excellent teamwork there.
Yeah, especially for we've mentioned this earlier that both of our runners here actually haven't done a lot of the setting pot sanity. It's a newer setting for Ocarina of Time Randomizer that adds quite a number of checks. It's a lot, and it's a lot to learn, especially if you've only done a couple seeds, so you might not know, where all of the pots are if you don't have much experience here, but they're working together really, really well to figure out where to go, which I've loved seeing the teamwork here tonight.
It looks like we're don't go into the giant pot room on the left, just continue on into this hallway and get a key at the very end. Yeah, like Chad asked, we never did get the normal bomb bag. We might have to ask Melrose at the end where that was. Also, the logical first strength, I think we saw that as our second one, maybe. But, again, it points out to the fun of the optimization problem here. Mel saying, okay, the playthrough wants us to find a bomb bag somewhere else. But that's too slow for us. We're gonna get these bomb shoes in Kakariko. It's a full 20 of them. We'll be fine with that.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting thing to talk about here at the end.
Yeah, maybe a little
at this
recap
point, Mel's
of what the
the only
seed
one
wanted.
Mel's the only one who has seen the spoiler log here, so. Trying to tell here what that last key drawing is.
I think it's the manager.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at that like a spider, but I was like, that's not the way.
Yeah, it's not a skull,
Mel has
but
been
it's
drawing skulls, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but again, that's like a very nice job by Mel of differentiating, Skulltulas versus the big hands here. Just to make sure Chimp knows where to go. That's gonna be the last key. We'll beat Bongo and then head on up to Ganon.
But yeah, for the settings here, again, with 6 medallions, we get the key to Ganon's castle, so that's why we have to beat the 6 medallion dungeons. This is the last one, which will grant Chimp the key to Ganon, and that'll be it.
And to clarify for chat, when I say manager, as we fondly refer to this guy, is the floor master at the very end.
Oh.
Although that was a key there.
Oh, that was it.
That was it. We're good. And I think even Chimp was like, "Wait, what?" Because he's just kind of.
Don't know what happened there. Yeah,
All right. Well, it works.
I do have to wonder too. I know Mel kind of mentioned it at the beginning that some of these descriptions for the pots and the way that the spoiler log has the pots laid out is a little confusing.
Oh.
Oh.
He was trying to trick him.
Oh no.
Oh, the sad face.
Oh, he wanted. Oh, I ice. We would have had all
Do
the
it.
meme items. We already got. Do it.
Oh, but he's already across.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think he can.
Also want to note that I don't think that writing is involved here, like allowed for
Technically,
Pictionary,
but you know, we're
at
the end. So.
Fantastic.
But I think the unfortunate part is Chimp already crossed the kind of one-way bridge here. Ah, we're the fans. I guess we're riding the boat again.
Oh my gosh. For the fans.
Again, shout outs to both of these runners here. Just wonderful, wonderful people doing everything for the fans, even though it's very, very early in the morning for them right now.
Yeah, again, let me post the links to their channels. Mel and Chimp are super, super top tier Ocarina of Time rando runners, so definitely recommend checking them out if you want to see more high skill play in this game. As well as there is also that Zelda speedruns link to help you get started with your own Ocarina of Time randomizer if you're interested. Again, these are super customizable. You know, I know today we were using a lot more spicy settings here, but definitely not expected to start off, you know, your first Ocarina of Time randomizer with hot sanity on. But, you know, who knows? If you want to, I'm not here to stop you. You live your best life. Like we got another drawing coming up here.
Maybe trying to point a ball. Yeah, a bottle.
A bottle.
Hey,
Trying
the
to
ice
tell.
arrows.
I'm trying to tell where that is, though.
Yeah.
Likely pointing to the bottle. If you've watched these, you probably know that we fight Ganondorf at the end with a bottle. It just makes the fight a lot easier to play tennis. Gives you more frames to hit back the lighting balls back towards Ganondorf. Probably giving up that information in case Chimp wants to go get the bottle. Oh, Lake Hyrule. I'm sitting here. I completely forgot. Scrub Sanity's on. It's late. It's late for all of us here.
Yeah, chat doing a great job interpreting these, but yeah. Lake Hylia, of the three scrubs, the middle one will sell you a bottle, it looks like. Be a very quick pickup if Chimp decides he needs it. Here we go.
Oh,
the
here we
ice
go.
arrows.
The ice arrow strats.
They're frozen.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, that is like one and only use really for ice arrows in this game.
Nicely done by Chimp, making it look easy, even though he's been going this whole time on just those first 3 hearts. Again, if you're new to playing one of these, I don't recommend it. I would recommend finding those heart containers, getting that extra health. But yeah, it's a brilliant run here tonight.
Yeah, as we said, these are definitely some very skilled players in this game.
And we got another interesting drawing there, Nukes.
Yeah, shoot the sun.
Shoot the sun? After all this time, here's a heart container.
1 heart.
Now, does he even go for them? Doesn't look like it.
I will say during the pre-show here, Mel had asked Chimp if he'd like any, directions to certain items, or Chimp was like, nope, just show me where to go. I don't need anything. And proving us there that, yep, doesn't need those. Let's get the scene over with. Yeah, and by seed we refer to the rando that has been generated. So each time you generate a randomizer, it's a different, as we call, seed. So it's going to be different every time. So this specific one, this run.
Yeah, we're kind of creating this whole new playthrough where everything gets randomized for this run, and then next time you'll generate a new playthrough, and we'll have the items in entirely different spots, and you just have to use the logic to sort out where everything is. Or in this case, have your friend draw where everything is. Yeah, so we had the bottle drawn because, you might not know, but the bottle actually has the largest hitbox in time window when playing something like tennis against Ganondorf, so it makes the fight the easiest. You would think it's the big Goron sword, but it is the tiny bottle.
So it looks like indicating that 20 skulls is
Rudos.
butter?
Yeah, so Mel giving us some extra info about the seed here. Had we needed Rudos, it was on 20 skulls.
The question I'm really wondering is where that bomb bag was. I wonder if you needed Rudo's letter to get the bomb bag.
Cool, maybe the letter and a scale or something out of the way. And as you can see, even all of these pots here right by Ganondorf are randomized under these settings, including the final wallet.
Now, likely in these settings, you aren't going to find anything of value there, but you could find, your magic or light arrows there. Maybe some other things depending on the settings, but...
Yeah, there's even a custom new hint for pot sanity where if the light arrows are in one of those pots, Ganondorf will say, hey, why didn't you get the light arrows from right over there? Or something like that.
Is that what the text said?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, the light arrows are right over there.
That's so funny.
Because again, if you're newer to this, you get to the end here and you don't have the light arrows, Ganondorf will give you a hint towards the area.
Yes. So it's nice, so that way if that's the only item you're looking for here at the end, You can at least narrow down your search.
And chat, why that pot was another color. So we did have chest and pot textures to match contents.
Ooh.
So major items were in kind of golden chests, golden pots. So you saw the wallet there in one of those. And Chimp may be regretting not having the bottle.
Or that extra. Oh. Wanna go get maybe that heart container or bottle? Yeah, it is a lot here at the very end. On only 3 hearts, no double defense. Ganondorf hits like a truck, so not a bad idea to get something to make that fight maybe a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure. Even for the most experienced runners in a race like this, you a lot of times will still take a little time to find an extra heart container or a bottle, something of that nature to help. But you know, Mel and Chimp kind of playing for the fans here, just making it more fun with less hearts, less shields, you know. And Mel continuing to show us where some of the stuff was. Boomerang was by Darunia's room.
Which we did get earlier on in one of the pots there. I'm just intensely watching the drawing because I want to know what next.
Yeah, it looks like magic was
Magic.
a pot and water temple, maybe? Might have been the
Yeah, I
other,
think
the
that's
second
right.
one.
Which there's quite a bit of water temple we didn't explore here today, so. Yeah, I just want to know, where was the bomb bag?
Yeah, Mel's showing us everything except the big question mark.
All right, here we are. Coming back up to the Ganondorf fight. Still didn't grab any extra health, but that, again, as we've said, that bottle will help make that tennis match a little bit easier. The hitbox and just the frames. So if you ever play this and you're, maybe that's a fight you struggle with, try the bottle strats. Another strat you'll see here is standing close to Ganondorf makes the tennis matches shorter. So you'll see Chimp likely try to get on that middle platform and stay still, not have Ganondorf knock him off right away. Be able to just one shot the lightning ball back.
Right, so if you're looking to try this at home, the key here is to back away when you get slammed, and then you can either, just grab the ledge as you're falling, or you can go further back and hook shot to it. The real key is just stay on that very edge until the tennis game starts.
And you might have noticed that Chimp did take a step forward after Ganondorf started charging up the ball. That's just so that way there's less chance that he hits it back, because if you're all the way at the back, he might recoil the shot back to you, which could catch you off guard and knock you off the platform. Definitely don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to make the tennis match longer. So getting closer to Ganondorf also is important stuff there. Looks like something at Gerudo Fortress.
Was this our bomb bag?
Quite a complicated drawing for, it looks like a certain pot up in
One of the upper rooms.
the upper rooms.
Yeah, again, another area that you don't normally go into in these randomizers, the back rooms of Fortress. But there's tons of pots, tons of crates, and it actually looks like Neighbor's Love.
Neighbor's Love?
As we see Chimp making this fight look easy, storing a jump slash with the Master Sword earlier, then pulling out the hammer, using some power crouch stabs, make quick work out of the first phase. There we have it. Get your GGs in chat. Amazing job, both by Mel with the drawings and Chimp with playing it through.
Go ahead and grab both Chimp and Melrose so we can talk to them. Also figure out where that bomb bag was.
I was gonna say, let's find out where the bomb bag was.
All right, GG to both of you.
GGs.
That was fantastic teamwork. Well done.
I'm very.
Hey, Chimp, I don't know if you noticed, but I tried telling you that the third hideout pot in Gerudo Fortress equals
I did,
Neighbor's
yeah,
Love.
eventually.
Thank goodness that wasn't required. That was a nightmare to draw, but that was...
And
Yeah.
we were seeing you give, tell us where some of the other items were. We all were really wondering, because you led Chimp to get those bomb shoes early on, what was our first logical bomb bag?
Oh, it was gross. Where was it? We were never getting it, if memory calls. Where was the bomb bag? So Big Goron had a bomb bag? So no. Goron City Pot had a bomb bag. I don't know if you know this trick of strength.
Oh, what, the main
So-
pot? Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been in Logic as the first one either.
And Ganon's Castle Shadow Trial like
Wow.
Pot 1. I don't even know what that is.
So
I'm guessing you
that's
need
in
long
the-
shots to get
The
that.
Long
Shadow
shot or-
Trial.
Yeah, or fire arrows get
Yeah.
you to the middle section with the like.
Those are all absolutely hideous bombs.
there's
So
two
that would
pots.
absolutely not get that one. And so that worked out nicely that you were able to get those 20 chews early on
Yeah,
and
thank
very
God.
easily.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, GG, really great showing. Fantastic way to end our Ocarina Improv series. Again, chat, I will post in chat where to go to get your, if you'd like to try this out on your own. Go to that zeldaspeedrun.com link. That will give you more information on setting up your own ZOOTR. Additionally, on the GDQ YouTube channel, you can watch previous episodes of this. I highly suggest watching our first couple episodes if you're wondering a lot more, like maybe how to do these tricks, how does this all work? We really break down the basics in that first episode, so definitely check that out if you're interested in more. Also, please follow Chimp and Mel. I've been saying this all show. They're both fantastic runners. Definitely deserve your follows, especially if you want to watch more Ocarina of Time Randomizer. They are both highly skilled players.
Well, pretend I didn't die right at the end.
Well, in your defense, it's late and you didn't pick up any extra help.
I did.
So,
I did at that point. I was like, you know what, Mel? You've not helped me at all here. I'm going to ignore your help. I'm going to ignore your advice, and I'll do this on my own. And lo and behold, I made a fool of myself.
I saw you play Prelude, and I thought we have a very relentful, regretful gamer, because you're going to come back. You're going to realize it's not easy. Also, I was trying to say a pot and water trial had to do with magic. I probably should have made you get that one in the first place. But your other strength was in Decatry, and the Kakiri sword was kind of a nightmare, so...
We did it.
Yeah, appreciate it. We did it.
I just want to, real quick, give y'all a chance to, shout out anything you like. Let the people know what they can find on your own channels if they choose to check out your Twitch channels.
Sure, I'll go. So yeah, thank you very much for having us. It's been a genuine pleasure being involved with GDQ. That's amazing. Shout outs to TJ and the crew that brought this sort of type of racing into the main scene a little bit. I know they have arranged a few of these in the past, and I loved the first one. So ever since, it's been just real good fun just doing these Pictionary races. So yeah, thanks to them and the crew for bringing it into the fold. And if you watch me, you get to see more shenanigans like that. More idiotic deaths, but more mediocre gameplay.
And for myself, I guess, I've been watching GDQ since 2013. I wasn't there for Classic Games Done Quick, which I think was the first iteration of the event, but GDQ and speedrunning in general has been a pretty massive part of my life right now. And it's pretty cool. I finally can give something back to GDQ, albeit not in the way I thought it would happen, drawing for someone else's speedrun on the side. But it's cool nonetheless. I hope everyone can look at this as a means to say speedrunning doesn't have to be locking yourself in the room trying to grind the fastest times. It's fun, first and foremost. We wouldn't be speedrunning games if we didn't enjoy them in the first place. And you have these little niche corners of speedrunning where we create randomizers, we create new ways of playing the game, and we speedrun those instead, and it's a ton of fun, and no one playthrough is ever the same, and it's just addicting, and I've met so many amazing people through the randomizer community, so again, I echo everything Chimp and Reeve said. A huge thank you to everyone on that side of things, and thank you to the people organizing this show. I wish I could say with confidence whose idea it was. I believe Engel or Nukes. I don't know who came about with Ocarina Improv as the sole creator of this show, but whoever it was, it's a great idea, and I'm definitely going to go back and rewatch the VODs on all the previous episodes, and I highly recommend everyone else does too, because they're cool people, and I'm sure they put a lot of work, effort into making sure that the Ocarina randomizer community gets a good showing and all the fun ways you can get involved too.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Everything that I am feeling about all this, exactly. It's a great. I love how we got to showcase all this different aspects of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Again, I've been saying all night. Definitely check out the YouTube for our previous episodes if you've missed out on them, because we definitely showcase a lot of different ways to play the game, as well as the basics as well.
Yeah, I love that you brought up the community aspect and all of that. And as for the show, I want to segue that into mentioning 9 Whole Grains and Tudos. Been so helpful with these. 9 unfortunately couldn't be here. That's why you got me doing some of the commentary tonight. But great community members. It's so nice to play randomizers where you get these different seeds and you get these different playthroughs. You can change the settings. You can do crazy things like play Pictionary with your friends. So if you're on the fence, come take a look at the community. Everyone's so friendly, and give it a try.
For sure. Big shout out to Tresco as well, by the way, just as the the main admin of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord. Done some amazing work getting this into people's hands, really.
Thank you all so much for being a part of this, and thank you, all you viewers at home, for watching this series. This has been such a joy to put on. I'm so glad I got to be a part of this, and introduce a game that really means a lot to me in the speedrunning sphere. That is it for tonight for Games Done Quick. We will be raiding somebody else coming up here soon, so make sure you stick around for the raid. Additionally, as I said earlier, there is no hotfix show tomorrow. We will be taking a break tomorrow from hotfix shows. However, back on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, we will be back with PB Precipice and It's Dangerous to Go Alone. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.